we don't understand how both of these things can be together, where on the one hand, I'm able to receive and to enjoy. On the other hand, in doing so, I can give pleasure to the one who wants to delight me. Two opposite things. How can these two opposite directions be? One towards me and one towards him. And both of them exist. If a person starts working with his will to receive directly, trying to limit it or growing it, those things are on the level of this world. Many people are willing to do that, whether it's limiting their will to receive in order to, say, be thinner, or in order to be healthier, in order to become an athlete, for any achievement. Or we see people who increase their will to receive by themselves or by society, and they're trying to acquire greater wealth or power or respect. They don't try to limit themselves, but on the contrary, they try to fulfill themselves directly, meaning not to grow one desire on top of another. And those are both egoistic approaches of this world. And what we need to learn is how to cope with the giver, how to learn from the giver, how to be inspired by the giver, how to look at what he's doing, to see how opposite I am to that, and why and how. And I can do that because the will to receive was created by the giver. And by this self-study, I learn the whole of creation. I learn the creator, the giver. Why did he do what he did? Directly or indirectly. And then I want to resemble him. That's called the work of the Creator. What we spoke about, it became kind of clearer. I felt a response from you and from the Kli, from the world Kli. So I was able to say that. But more than that, I don't want to say. Yesterday I spoke to a couple of people. I had several conversations, and I couldn't bring those people any examples or anything really, because they didn't have a doubt that we can still advance in our world in a corporal way, through our own methods and ways. So I didn't have anything to say. I was that mute, incapable of talking, because you can only talk to people whose point in the heart is awakened. The beginning of man is the point in the heart. That's the beginning of the soul, by which one becomes similar to the upper one, similar to the Creator. That's why it's called Adam, from the word domeh, similar. We are all based on one thing. Man has a deficit, a desire. He feels empty in this world, so he has a desire to something higher. That's why he won't run away. And talking to people about spirituality as much as I can, it won't be, I need to give them a method. I need to give a person the way to advance and to tell him what the speed of his development depends on. Item 155. Therefore, we should ask, why did the Kabbalists oblige every person to study the wisdom of Kabbalah? If they wrote all their books to those that are already in spirituality, then it's clear, to help each other. But why we, who are not in spirituality, should read their books? For us, it's totally blocked, it's sealed. We don't understand a word of it. However, there is a great merit that should be advertised here, because there is a wonderful remedy for those who engage in the wisdom of Kabbalah, that even though they do not understand what they learn, but from the great longing and craving to understand what they learn, they awaken the lights that surround their souls. Meaning, There is some remedy without which we cannot advance, and therefore, although Kabbalists wrote their books for themselves, but we have to use their books for our own correction, and for us, it's just the only life buoy or life belt, however you want to call it. Every person of Israel here is referring to every person with a point in the heart who longs achieving those things the Creator created for him. He feels that he has something towards that. He could be Italian or South American, or it doesn't matter where from. If a person meets all the conditions, when he is in front of the right books, he's working with the right group, with the right guide, opens up the books in the right times, putting in the effort into the right system with the right schedule, then this light that makes the connection between his soul and spirituality, that connection called the surrounding light, works on him, and then a person begins to see his actions and the light's actions, and he begins to work together with the light. The period of concealment, the time of preparation ends, and then a person begins to do real actions.